She heard that sound, cold and clinical, while her brain was completely silent. (1991) Phoenix, Arizona. Pam Reynolds was 35 years old, a musician, a mother, and she had a 7-centimeter aneurysm growing in the base of her brain. Her neurosurgeon, Dr. Robert Spetzler, one of the most decorated brain surgeons alive, told her she had two options: the surgery that might kill her, or the aneurysm that definitely would. The procedure Dr. Spetzler proposed had never been attempted on a patient in her condition. It was called Operation Standstill. Her body temperature would be lowered to 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Her heart would be stopped. The blood would be drained from her brain. All brain activity, every signal, every flicker of electrical life would cease. For the duration of the operation, Pam Reynolds would be, by every clinical definition, dead. The operating team took specific precautions to control for any possible sensory perception. Pam's eyes were taped shut and covered. Foam inserts were placed in her ears, small speakers that emitted auditory click stimuli to monitor her brainstem response. At 7:15 in the morning, the EEG went silent. No brainwave activity, no brainstem response. Body temperature, 60 degrees. Heart stopped. And then, according to Pam Reynolds, something happened. She felt herself lift out of her body. She described floating up toward the ceiling and looking down at the surgical team. She saw the top of the neurosurgeon's head. She observed the tools laid out on the tray, and she saw the saw. She later described it as looking like an electric toothbrush, with interchangeable blades stored in what appeared to be a socket wrench case. She had never been in that operating room before. She had never seen that surgical instrument. When Pam Reynolds woke up, days later, recovering, she told investigators what she had witnessed. Dr. Michael Sabom, a cardiologist who had spent years documenting NDE accounts, interviewed her extensively. The bone saw confirmed. It matched exactly. The socket wrench-style blade case confirmed. A decision made during surgery to move the cardiac bypass line from her right groin to her left because her blood vessels were too small, and the comment a female surgeon made about it confirmed. As the team warmed her body and her heart restarted, she heard music. Hotel California by the Eagles. It was on the operating room playlist, confirmed by the surgical team. All of this information was gathered during a period when Pam Reynolds had no measurable brain activity. A brain that isn't working, cannot see, cannot hear, cannot remember. That is what every neuroscientist will tell you. And every detail Pam Reynolds gave was correct. The doctors confirmed it, the instruments matched, the playlist matched. So either our entire model of how the brain works is wrong, or Pam Reynolds was somewhere else.